Dating sucks for everybody. Dating sucks for men. Dating also sucks for women. Now, on both sides, you have people who think that dating is amazing for men, and you have some men who think dating is just amazing all through for women. Both of them are right, but also both of them are wrong, because both the men and the women have positives and negatives. But in this video, I want to focus more on why. Why does dating suck for everybody, for every gender?
Dating pool is so trash. As a woman who is in a long-term relationship, I get why women are frustrated. I want to talk about this overarching topic that you may not know that there's a word for it, but there is a word for it, but you probably have experienced it. It's called negging. Have you guys heard of this? Negging is basically when somebody uses insults or anything that's like negative about you or pokes fun at you as a means of flirting. Like we're fucking 5 years old on the playground. Get your life. This entire concept is so weird to me because I just don't see how that takes you to the next level. Like, how is that getting us over the finish line? How is that getting us to the bedroom? Is this your foreplay? Because I want out.
I need to rant about female rage in the dating space for a hot minute. So I just got played by the third guy in a row. The first one was 41 years old. Second one was 30, and this last one was 32. It's like, I'm gonna go for the older guys. They're not as big of assholes. Well, I'm 0 for 3 on that theory. So I'm really trying to not become one of those girls that hates all men. All men suck, but like, wow. Like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. I can deal with rejection because I've done a lot of work on myself. I have high self-worth. I have high self-respect. Like, we're Gucci gang in that aspect. But the deception of these situations, it's just unnecessary. It's dehumanizing. It makes me feel like I was completely disposable, like I was completely worthless. Like all of these things, all these conversations, all of the times that we hung out, all the forehead kisses were all a lie. How could they not be? How could it be real and you're seeing somebody else at the same time? What? I don't know how to do that. Like, how do people do this shit? I don't know, man. Like, I know what I want, and when you have a goal, you have to act like it. If you want to get in shape, you need to eat like it. You need to go to the gym. You need to go on a walk. You need to drink more water. You need to sleep, right? If you want to be in a relationship, you need to put yourself out there. You need to be emotionally available. You need to do the work. You need to protect your heart. And I'm trying to do all of these damn things, and I just feel like I keep getting beat the fuck down and run over. And I'm trying to prevent that. Like, I'm putting up the boundaries and the barriers, and I'm vetting them out for that not to happen, and it's still happening. So, I'm 28 years old. I'm single for the first and longest time in my life. I hate it. I hate that I hate being single. But it's just the truth for me. And I'm lonely. I think a lot of us are. So, that's it. That's the rant.
Can't tell a woman to lower her expectations, but the reality is, what the data I've seen on dating apps is that all of the women want the same few guys and they shut out the rest.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a few things I'll respond to there. So one, going back to the income graph, I want to just call out that yes, right now in a few urban markets, women are making more than men. So women in DC and New York under 30 are making more than men on average, but in most situations, men are still making more than women, but we're talking about a projection. Going back to the dating research. So yes, it's exactly as you described. What we have right now is there's fewer and fewer men that are hypergamous mates for women. So if there's a much smaller pool of guys, then what you have is you have a bunch of women competing for the same men, and then a bunch of guys get ignored. But what I also see is that those top guys are having a hard time deciding. So I feel like in my coaching practice as a dating coach, I'm working with a lot of women who say, what do I do? I've changed my profile the way you said I should. I took your class, but I still feel like there's just not enough great guys. And then I work with these CEO men who are having such a hard time choosing. And so I think we really have this exacerbated problem where so many women are competing for the same men, and then a bunch of guys are getting ignored. And then what ends up happening is, where do those guys go? And they go online. They go to porn or they go to Reddit. I mean, I love Reddit, but they're really going to some of these red-pilled communities. And so what you're seeing now is just men really opting out of society. So when you go back to that stat, 1 in 7 young men in the UK is NEET, not an employment, education, or training. They have just opted out.
Or my homegirl's messaging me, right, and tells me a guy and her, chatting on a dating app. I guess the guy's like, hey, when are you free? I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday. And she goes, oh, Tuesday I have a doctor's appointment. Wednesday I can go out. I'm free. Bro, guy's yapping her on text. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. No message. Why are you messaging a woman asking when she's free if you're not gonna follow up? It's just very weird. It's like, what are we doing? Like, we've literally lost the plot so bad. Like, but you know what it is? It's like, a lot of these guys out here nowadays, one, PORN has fried your brain, okay? Number two, you're listening to all kind of red pill podcast daddies that don't get baddies. You're taking their advice on what to do and how to get a baddie, and that, like, what? Number three, you've missed the fundamental stage. What are the fundamentals? The fundamentals are when I was a child growing up. When I was 14, 15 years old, bro, and I got a baddie's phone number in high school, you know what I had to do? I had to grow some balls. And I had to literally call her house phone, not knowing if her grandmother was picking up, her grandfather, her brother, her sister, her mother, her father, and be like, hi, good afternoon. My name is Sebastian. I'm calling to talk to Jessica. Is she available? Because we went from that to you guys being like, well, if she doesn't message me first, da 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 da. Like, you know what it is? You guys are like overestimating the amount of opponents that there are out there. She's probably talking to other niggas. Bro, do you know how many baddie homegirls I have that are strictly my friends, so they can shoot it to me 100%, that just, and they sit at home, they chill, they send me screenshots of guys being lame, guys not making plans, guys not, like, the fact that, like, you guys start off in the red is very alarming. Why would I take her to dinner when she's texting 50 other dudes? Why would I take her to dinner just to be finessed for a meal? Bro, if you actually had game and you took a woman to dinner and you were actually a gentleman and you set the time and you, bro, even if, okay, and I am bald, even if you were balding, if you were short, if you were that, bro, I guarantee you would still make waves. If you were a gentleman, if you were funny, if you smelled nice, and if you dressed nice, I guarantee you. But the problem is that you guys are not confident. You're not confident, which is why you're always thinking about other men. How do you look at a baddie that's a 10 and your first thought is, she's talking to other niggas, she's talking to other... Please lay off the podcasts, okay, number one, and stop listening to red pill dudes that have never gotten anything over a Miami 6 in their life, okay? And stop watching the PORN. Start getting some confidence, start going to the gym, start leveling up for yourself, start making some more money, because that's another thing. If you're going on 2 dates a month, okay, which if you're going on 4, 5, 6 dates a month, you're doing a lot. If you're going on 2 dates a month and you spend $150 each time for a decent date or for a nice date in whatever city you live in, okay, $300 a month, if that's going to make or break you financially, you don't need to be dating to begin with, okay? That's that.
Now, this is based on my observation, right? This is based on what I've seen, what I have read, what has also happened to me. And I'm going to try my best to keep it to maybe between 3 to 4 points. But please, at the end of the video, let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm talking crap or I'm making sense. Let me write this down. Why dating sucks for everybody. For this here, right? Why dating sucks for everybody. Now, we have to understand something. Dating is a reflection of the environment that we have. But I think social media has a very critical role on why dating sucks for a lot of people. So I'm going to put number one here, social media. Hope you guys can see social media. Bring this closer. Social media plus dating apps. Social media has really opened up the lanes for people to see what's out there. And one thing about us human beings is we are not very good with options. When human beings have a lot of choices, a lot of options, we typically don't do well with them. And this is what dating apps and social media has done for both men and women, by the way. It's not just women, it's not just men, it's for both men and women. Social media has opened up the portal to the point that it's difficult for people to choose anymore. Now, from the man's standpoint, because women typically get more attention on social media and on dating apps, a lot of men will think, oh my God, it's amazing for the women. Yes, women get more attention on dating apps, but that doesn't always mean it's good attention, right? So women get more attention, but it doesn't always mean it's good attention. Oftentimes, because it's a lot of attention, the woman typically gets overwhelmed. And when women get overwhelmed, when people get overwhelmed in general, what do they typically do? They freeze up. They freeze up and they pull back. So that's why, for example, you might see a woman, you might message her, she doesn't message you back. It's not always because she doesn't like you. She may not even see your message. She's getting so many messages from men. And keep in mind, there are more men than women on dating apps. I think the last time I checked, it was 60% male, 40% women, or was it 70% men, 30% women, or something crazy like that. The ratio is crazy, right? So the woman is getting so much attention from men, dude, she's going to get overwhelmed. And of course, if one woman has to pick out of 100 men, she's going to pick the best. Because she has to pick the best. She's overwhelmed. Now, as a man, because you have a lot of options, you think you can get every woman you see there. So you're swiping. You see, the woman is getting overwhelmed. The man is not getting anything. It sucks for both. You understand? Just because you have a lot of options on dating apps and social media doesn't mean it's great all the time. Yes, it might feel good for the woman from an ego boost standpoint. She doesn't want all those guys. There are creeps in there, there are assholes in there, there are nice people in there, but you don't know. And you can't really tell from the picture. You understand? I hope that makes sense. So, social media dating apps open up the portal. There are more men than women on dating apps. Women get overwhelmed. Men get no response. Most men get no response. So you see how both genders suffer. Right? I hope you see the points I'm making. So that's number one. Why dating sucks for everybody. Now, I have nothing against social media. I have nothing against dating apps. I believe both of them are nothing but tools, right? But at the end of the day, these are just tools. Okay? I have nothing against them. But it is what it is. That's just my opinion on why dating sucks for everybody. So that's point number one. Point number two, why dating sucks for everybody is a lot of people overestimate themselves, right? People overestimate themselves, right? And I hope you guys can see clearly, right? People overestimate themselves. What does this mean? From the woman's standpoint, because of the attention she's getting from men on the app, she typically feels like, hey, listen, all these guys like me on social media. All these guys are sending me DMs on dating apps. I must be very attractive. And this will definitely do something to her ego, right? Which is, there's nothing wrong with having an ego. There's nothing wrong with having, a high sense of self. It becomes an issue when you become delusional to the point that you don't realize that there's a difference between getting attention on social media and on dating apps to being, in the real world. So people overestimate themselves. Women could confuse because of the amount of attention she gets on social media that she's actually hotter than she is, or she's more beautiful than she is. Men, on the other, because they see the pictures of women on dating apps, they now assume that they qualify for those same women they see. Do you see what I mean? People overestimate themselves. It's part of the thing. For example, you could see a very average woman, right? And you see it around you. You see it around you all the time. You could see a very average woman who is not ugly, but also not drop-dead gorgeous, right? Thinking that she deserves the creme de la creme de la creme of men strictly because she's what she's seen on social media, what she's getting on dating apps, and she now believes, hey, I want a man who is this. And then you ask her, when was the last time you actually met such a guy? And she'll tell you, oh, I've never dated a guy like that. I've never met a guy like this. It's crazy. Because of social media, because of what people see, and they think, oh, I deserve that. And that's what happens. Or you have men, because maybe swiping on the dating apps and now met a woman who is maybe out of his league, professionally out of his league, looks-wise, whatever. And because he's able to get one, he now believes, oh yeah, this is the kind of girl I deserve. And this creates an imbalance in expectations from both men and both women. If you notice, I'm not focusing on any gender. I'm giving both sides because I believe both sides have legitimate issues that they are facing. So that's number two as to why dating sucks for everybody, in my opinion, because people overestimate themselves. And oftentimes, because of this overestimation, people don't look inwards anymore. They just think, oh, because I'm there, I deserve it. But nobody asks themselves this question: why would the person you want you? And if you're not able to get the person you think you deserve, clearly you're not on their level, because if you could get them, you would have gotten them. It's as simple as that. So that's number two reason why I think dating sucks for everybody, right? Number three, the reason why dating sucks for everybody, in my opinion, is the desire to always see what's out there. The grass is always greener paradox. Number three, grass is always greener, right? And this also circles back to this, opening up the portal. A lot of people think that there's a better option out there, right? There's a better option. Are you having an issue? Try the next person. This girl is not acting right. Instead of trying to work it out, swipe left, go to the next. The woman, she meets a guy, she gets along with him, but they experience a hiccup, a little hurdle. She's already looking at the next guy. There's the desire to work on things and fix things is gone. It's no longer there, right? And this can be pushed on social media as well. You can blame it on dating apps. The grass is always greener. People have become replaceable in today's society. That's why you see relationships don't last anymore. Situationships have become a thing. What the hell is a situationship? A situationship is just two people who don't even know what they're doing. Their eyes are still out there looking for replacements, but they're there right now. So they call it a situationship. You're just two bunch of confused people. That's just all it is. People have become replaceable because of the narrative of the grass is always greener on the other side. Number 4, why dating sucks for everybody is a lot of people don't even know what they want. People don't know what they want. A lot of people go into dating, leading people along. You don't even know do you want a relationship? Do you want a friends with benefit situation? Do you want to be single? Do you want to get married? So you have men, you have women who are unsure of their intention, yet they go into dating and they're giving the wrong communication to men and women, and now you have chaos. That's why I say to people, make sure you know exactly what you want. And if you're not sure of what you want, be clear. Communicate, for fuck's sake. Stop trying to tell people, oh, I want this, but you don't really want it. You want a relationship, but you want something that's not a relationship. Or you don't want a relationship, but you're communicating as if you want a relationship. So there's a communication issue there as well. I would say communication issue as well, which typically pans into the people don't know. But I hope this video gives some perspective as to why dating sucks for everybody, not just for men or women. Number 1, social media and dating apps has opened up the portal. So people have so many options. Women get overwhelmed due to the sheer number of attention they get. Men get no response because the competition is fierce, especially the more attractive the woman is, the more attention she's going to get. Number 2, people overestimate themselves. And it makes sense, right? If you're a man and you've gotten you've gotten a couple of attractive women from dating apps, from social media, you're going to think, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to deserve moving forward. A lot of women, because of the attention they get naturally, they think, oh, this is what I deserve. Which could be true, but oftentimes it's not. You're just on social media. You're a woman. You're going to get attention naturally. It's just what it is. You are a woman. You're going to get attention. On average, women get more attention than men. So as a result of this attention, a lot of women overestimate themselves. And that brings a dilemma. Because as a woman, you now have to filter which of this attention is actually good attention, which of this attention is actually honest, genuine attention. And that's the dilemma the woman now has to deal with, right? And for men, because men don't typically get attention as women do, we now have to pull out all the flashes, all the flags, to get a woman's attention, not only getting her attention, but also keeping her with us to stay with us. So you see, that's a dilemma for both. Number 3, the grass is always greener paradox. People have become replaceable in this society, because social media, dating apps, and Lord knows other things that are out there has made the world such a small village. They call it the global village. We live in a village right now. You could be in America, in the United States of America. The other person could be in China. Someone could be in Nigeria. The other person could be in, Brazil. And they could exchange messages in a matter of seconds. That's unprecedented. And as a result of that, people have become replaceable. So before, if you were in a village, you were only competing with the 100 guys in that village for that woman. Now, if that woman is even remotely attractive, yet not only are you competing with the 100 guys there, you're now competing with millions of guys around the world, or hundreds of thousands of guys, and that's it. Whatever, it's more competitive, right? As a result of that, people have become replaceable. You have things like the passport bros, which is not new, by the way. Passport bros are not new. It has always existed, all right? And number 4, people don't know what they want. So we also have this communication issue. People, going into the dating market without a clue of what they want. As a result, there's miscommunication, there's misalignment, there's there's chaos. Because when you cannot communicate exactly what you want, guess what you're going to do? Guess what you're going to create? You're going to create people that are hurt. You're going to create people that are traumatized. You're going to create people that are confused. And that is what's contributing to why dating sucks for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been Kingsley. I love making these videos. I hope you got some value out of it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Share your thoughts in the comment section. I am more than happy to share, to respond, to engage with you. Thank you. Kingsley out.